Welcome to Math with Professor V. This is video lecture for section 6.2 for differential equations, review of power series. Feel okay? Excellent. So as fun as it's been reviewing power series, it wasn't just for kicks. We're going to use them to solve differential equations. So how do we do it? Well, first we're going to assume that a solution of the differential equation exists in the form of a power series. So we assume that we're headed in the right direction, that the solution can be expressed as the sum n equals 0 to infinity c sub n times x to the n. What's our goal? To find exactly those coefficients c sub n for which the power series converges to a function satisfying the differential equation. So we're going to solve each differential equation first by methods previously studied, so at least we know what the answer should be, and then by using power series. So first one, we'll start off gently. dy dx equals 2y. Do you recognize what kind of differential equation this is? I think the easiest thing is to notice it's separable. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it as such. I'll move y over to the left-hand side. So then I have 1 over y dy equals 2 dx. Integrating both sides, then we have ln, absolute value of y, equals 2x plus, let me say c1, because I'm sure that's not the last of that constant. Then absolute value of y equals e to the 2x plus c1, which is e to the 2x times e to the c1. And then I can say y equals ce to the 2x, where c is plus or minus e to the c1. Plus or minus because I dropped the absolute value bars, and then we're done. We have a nice cleaned up final answer. Okay, now we're going to solve the same differential equation using power series. So let's revisit what it was. The differential equation was dy dx equals 2y. So we're going to assume we have a solution of the form y equals the sum n equals 0 to infinity c sub n times x to the n. Well, I want to substitute that into my differential equation. So remember, dy dx, that's the same as y prime equals 2y. And I'll just substitute it into y prime minus 2y equals 0. So let me differentiate my power series. And I don't know if you guys remember, hold on, this is so ugly. Okay, better. When you differentiate a power series that starts at n equals 0, that first term, c0x to the 0, is a constant. So the derivative is going to be 0 of the first term. So the new power series, y prime, starts at n equals 1. Okay, c sub n is a constant, so that doesn't change when you take the derivative. And then the derivative of x to the n is n times x to the n minus 1. Okay, let me substitute both those guys in now to the differential equation. So y prime, I have it. It's the sum n equals 1 to infinity c sub n times x to the n minus 1. Minus 2 times y is the original power series, the sum n equals 0 to infinity c sub n x to the n, and then this all equals 0. Okay, how to proceed from here. First priority, the powers on x need to match. These, I'll highlight in just a second, need to match, meaning the powers on x right here, they need to be the same, these. Okay, what's the easiest thing to do to make that happen? If I shift this to starting at 0, 1 lower, then these indices, all the n's, would have to shift up by 1. Right, in order for this to represent the same sum. So I'm going to start at n equals 0 to infinity, and this is c sub n plus 1 times n plus 1 times x to the n plus 1 minus 1, so now it's x to the n minus 2 times the sum n equals 0 to infinity c sub n x to the n, that equals 0. If you're rusty on why that is, just think of like a nice finite sum. Say n equals 1 to 4 of n squared. You know that's 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 4 squared, right? What if I start 1 lower? N equals 0, then it would only go to 3. How do I make sure that I have that same sum here? Well, I wouldn't start at n squared, I would start at n plus 1 squared. right? That way the first term still comes out to be 1 squared. Then if n is 1, then you have 2 squared, etc. So they move in opposite directions. If this index of summation, if it goes down by 1, then in the expression here for what you're summing over, it has to go up by 1. Okay, got it? All right, good. Now, what do? Second step. Now you need to check. They have to start at same value of n. In this case, they do. So we're done. I'll show you in another example what to do if they don't, okay? But in the end, the goal is these are matchy-matchy. This has to be matchy-matchy. Why? Why do we like things matchy-matchy? So we can factor. That's exactly right. So I'm going to factor out the sum, n equals 0 to infinity, and I'm going to have c sub n plus 1 times n plus 1 minus 2c sub n, all of this times x to the n is 0. Are we okay? All right, good. Allow me to add a page if you will. Now, since x to the n cannot be 0, and why do I make such a bold claim? Well, we're interested in power series solutions that are non-trivial. So basically, I don't want y equaling 0 for every single term to be an option here. I'm trying to find non-trivial solutions, so we can make this assumption. So if the product, right, gives me 0, then I can assume that these coefficients equal 0. That tells me n plus 1 times c sub n plus 1 minus 2c sub n equals 0. Okay. Let me isolate c sub n plus 1. So c sub n plus 1 is 2 over n plus 1 times c sub n. Let's box that. That's important. Now, we're going to plug in values of n. And look for a pattern. This is probably the hardest part in the beginning. And then once you get the hang of it, you're fine. Okay, so we're going to start with n equals 0. Go carefully. Please go carefully. C sub 0 plus 1, that's c sub 1. That equals 2 over 0 plus 1, c naught. So that's 2 c naught. Now, one thing that's really important and that will help you when you're finding the patterns is that whatever the subscript here is on C, it matches, or this coefficient will go with x raised to that power. So C1, this 2c naught, is the coefficient on x to the first in the final sum. And then I haven't listed out c naught by itself, right? But that would go with x to the 0. So it's just going to be c naught. That doesn't match what n is, right? Because this is c sub n plus 1. So just wanting to point that out. Okay, keep going. We don't know the pattern yet. We got to crank this out for a little bit. So if n is 1, plug that here. So this will be c sub 2. That's going to be 2 over 1 plus 1, 2, c sub 1. Okay. And then we have c sub 1 already. It's 2c naught, so I'm going to replace that there. So this is 2 times 2c naught over 2. Yeah, I could cancel, but I'm not going to, so just wait a minute. And then this is the coefficient on x squared. How do I know that? Because this is c sub 2, so this is the coefficient on x squared. Keep going. N is 2. So c sub 3 is going to be 2/3 c2, which is 2/3 times 2 times 2 over 2. Yeah, I'm writing it that way. C naught. So this is 2 cubed over 3 times 2, which is 3 factorial, is it not? And this is the coefficient on x cubed. Ooh, couldn't I have written this as 2 squared c naught over 2 factorial? Yes. Let me scoot this over though. That's just a side note. Also, couldn't I have written this as 2 to the first c naught over 1 factorial. Yes. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's see if this is taking us somewhere. N is 3. That's C sub 4. That would be, I'm referring to this formula here. That'll be 2 over 4 C sub 3, which is 2 over 4 times, oops, I forgot the C naught here. Forgive me. All of this is C3. So 2 over 4 times 2 cubed over 3 factorial C naught. That's 2 to the 4th over 4 factorial C naught. That's the coefficient on x to the 4th. Yep, I feel pretty good. Let's do one more though, just to solidify things. So n equals 4 C sub 5. That's 2/5 times C sub 4. So 2/5 times 2 to the 4th over 4 factorial C naught. Yep. 2 to the 5th over 5 factorial C naught. And that's for x to the 5th. Now here's the thing. I'm going to try to write out a rule, right, for these coefficients. But since I've already used up n's over here, I'm going to write a rule using k. K will be my index of summation. So here we go. This is going to match with k equaling 1, k equaling 2, k equaling 3, etc. Good? See if you can find a rule on what c sub k is, just the coefficient part. Can you do it? C sub k is, yes, 2 to the k over k factorial times c naught. 2 to the k over k factorial c naught. And then all we need to do when we write our power series is attach x to the k, x to the k. So that's my solution. So my solution is y equals the sum k equals 0 to infinity c sub k x to the k in this case, which is the sum k equals 0 to infinity 2 to the k c naught over k factorial x to the k. Now, we've already solved this as a separable differential equation. I want to show you how we're going to get to that exact same solution. C naught is just a constant, so I can take that outside. And then I have the sum k equals 0 to infinity. Both 2 and x are being raised to the k over k factorial. Does this look familiar? Don't say no. Check your notes earlier. Check your notes. Okay, do I need to remind you? That's all right. That's all right. We just started reviewing power series. E to the x is the sum. N equals 0 to infinity x to the n over n factorial. But instead of e to the x, we have e to the 2x. That's what all of this is. So y equals c naught e to the 2x. Check from before when we solved it as separable. What did we have? Scroll, 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 scroll. Same thing. C naught, c, don't matter. E to the 2x. Boom. Now you might say, Professor V, if I could do it in just a few lines, less than a minute, what on earth is the point? What on earth is the point of doing this? Because there will be other kinds of differential equations for which we can't solve using our normal techniques, and we'll need power series methods to find solutions. But right now we're just doing warm-up problems, okay? So I don't scare you. We're not actually using this method for the ones that it's really helpful for. We're getting there, okay? So the good thing is you can at least check if you did it correctly while you're getting used to this technique. And to see the full video lecture on this topic, you'll need to become a member of my channel. To join, head to a desktop or laptop computer. Usually a tablet doesn't work. And on any one of the videos, just find the join button or go to the membership tab here. You can also join my Patreon in case you don't have access to YouTube membership in the country that you live. But either way, there's always a way to access these differential equations, linear algebra videos, and more exclusive content. Thanks so much for your support. Bye!